Well, we've made it to episode 2 at least, which says a lot because most of my series actually get to episode 2. It's normally episode 8 it starts falling off a cliff, but at least we've made it to episode 2. But welcome to another episode of attempting not to get sacked. And we're currently with Huddersfield Town, still with Huddersfield Town, and it's going disastrously well. Actually, that doesn't actually make sense. Disastrously well. So it's going disastrously bad, but I mean on the basis of last episode it would be, but considering what's happened in between the episodes, it's not been too bad to be fair. So Chris Brunner has retired from international duty only a day after joining us. I'm not sure what he's expecting at Huddersfield, but I mean playing for your country is better than playing for us. The Carabao Cup third round draw was also made, and after being Coventry we were delighted to be rewarded with a tie at home to Everton. Not the greatest tie, I'm not going to lie. Everton are currently bottom of the league and we're 19th. So, Clash of the Titans, that. Alexander Zinchenko also found out that he's been dropped by the Ukrainian national team. I'm assuming because he actually decided to come over to Huddersfield. I mean, the Proudy effect in full force tonight. Bordeaux also decided to offer me 11.25 million for Eric Durm, and I have never accepted an offer so fast in my life. I think I've pulled off the biggest scam since I told people I was going to keep Sunderland up, and then after 3 seasons and 110 million spent, I got them relegated. And it was quite funny because after I sold Eric Durm, a journalist asked me if I was going to be playing Eric Durm now in first team football. I don't think I will be anymore. I mean, now he's pissing off to France. By the way, I've got nothing against France, but I would never manage a team there because, well, it's just boring, isn't it? Just being French is boring, is it not? I had a quick check of the finance screen after the transfer window closed, and I have now decided I am never going to look at this screen again because as long as I know there's not a financial issue, then we don't have any financial issues. Oh, I think I've sold that quite well. So, as I was mentioning during the introduction, the results have been pretty decent, I have to admit. We have got our first 2 wins of the season at home to West Ham and Leicester City. We also progressed in the Carabao Cup against Coventry City and lost to Everton. So we're out of the Carabao Cup. I mean, it's not like we were going to win it anyway. Well, we were going to win the league, but we're not going to win the Carabao Cup. I mean, that's for next season. But one player has stood out in the 2 wins that we've got against West Ham and Leicester City. I mean, I'll just drop that in again that we've won against West Ham and Leicester City. Did I tell you that, by the way? But in the West Ham game, we were 1-0 down through a Jack Wilshere goal. And I thought to myself, here we go again. We're going to lose again. I'm going to be bottom of the league after about 4 games. It's not going very well. But Steve Mounier, of all people, somehow took the game by the scruff of his neck and somehow won us the match by scoring a header. And he also scored a penalty which hits the post. I mean, I don't think that's legal. I don't know how that counted. And then in the game against Leicester City, after taking the lead through Aaron Moy, the bald-headed genius that is Aaron Moy and our key player this year, Yuri Tielemans equalised for Leicester City before Steve Mounier once again got a brace. He scored the goal like in the 85th minute and then scored another penalty. I say another penalty, I meant he actually scored the penalty this time. But that has left us in 15th position going into the Everton game, who we take on away from home. And Everton, I think, are in the drop zone. So a win is vital for us to build up enough points in order for me to not look as shit as possible. In other positive news, Steve Mounier's fantastic form recently saw him get 3rd in Player of the Month, which is probably the biggest accolade we're going to achieve with any of our players this season. Although I'm not going to lie, I'm actually falling in love with this man. After rejecting a derisory offer from Atalanta for winger Elias Kachunga, I found out my director of football has now triggered a contract extension clause in his contract, which means I've now got him for an extra year. I mean, Atalanta are probably just going to offer $1 million for him now. Although if they do offer $1 million and a packet of hobnobs, I may be tempted. But moving into our game against Everton, bottom of the table clash, some would say. I would call it a chance for us to mount our title challenge. I mean, episode 3 will definitely be the end of our title challenge as well. But I have set up the team in a 4-3-3 formation. Some would call this a difficult game. I would just call this an easy 3 points. But we start off with Jonas Lörsel in goal. It's pretty much the best of a bad bunch. I mean, the other 2 goalkeepers I have aren't even League 1 standards. We do have a back 4 of Heider Janai playing at right back, a Jorgensen Schindler playing at centre back, and Chris Löwe playing at left back. Jonathan Hogg sits in front of the defence with Philip Billing and Aaron Moy ahead of him. Alexander Zinchenko and Adama Diakabi are playing on the wings, and Karlan Grant leads the line for us. And the reason he leads the line for us is because I forgot to take him out of the team and put Steve Mounier in the side.
Well done!
And also Chris Brunt is on the bench, and he is ready and willing to come on if I need him. So any Chris Brunt fans out there, then there's your Chris Brunt update. See you in episode 3. Not gonna lie, I am a little bit excited. This is our first away game where I feel like we could get a win here. We haven't won yet away from home. Only 2 wins have been at home. And the last time I came to Merseyside, I just gave up. We just played Liverpool, and I thought to myself, as long as we don't lose by more than 4 goals, and we only lost by 3 goals, so it was a win-win, except that Liverpool won and we didn't. Everton had the first chance of the game, and Cenk Tosun showed us why he is one of the most prolific strikers in the world, by putting the ball over the bar after a good ball by Bernard. And then another chance fell to Cenk Tosun after yet another long ball over the top of my defence. I feel like my defensive line is too high, but Jonas Lössl made the save, and Everton got a corner, and that was pretty much it for the first half, so as exciting as ever on a Proudy video. Everton then got the first chance of the second half, and Sigurdsson put the ball in the box. Richarlison headed it against the bar and then volleyed it into the back of the net. Only a minute 30 into the second half. Not the greatest team talk, I have to admit, on my behalf. And this is where I thought to myself, there's no one on the bench I can really rely on, is there? But then I thought, well, Chris Brunt is on the bench. Should we bring him on? And then I decided against it and sent on Steve Mounier instead. Changed a few tactics around as well, of course. But as you can see, we were playing some superb stuff in the middle of the park. Not really getting any shots on goal until Diakabi was found by Zinchenko and smashed into the back of the net to give us a probably undeserved equaliser. I mean, I say undeserved, we weren't really creating anything. That was our first chance, really. Also, for those who wanted to know about Chris Brunt, I did actually bring him off the bench, but I put him in centre midfield instead of the left wing position I signed him for. Do I really know what I'm doing? I mean, the answer is no. It's no. And that was really it for the game. I kind of wish I'd picked a more exciting game, but it is what it is. A shithouse 1-1 draw away at Everton. You love to see it. And you know what days I like to get a 1-1 draw away at Everton? Every day that ends in a Y. I've just found out as well that that was actually the Friday night game they show on Sky Sports. So I apologise to any Sky Sports subscribers out there for having to watch that shower shite. But anyway, enough about Everton.